Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. As you can see, this lovely Friday afternoon, we are not doing Legos, but something big has just broken and I wanted to cover it. So here we go. Let's say hello to everyone and then we'll get right into it. We have Dog Mama. Hello. What's up, Belandris? Big giant fuck. Linda. Hello. And holy crap, this is a horrendous song. Yes. Two of my favorite channels are Russian. I'm a Puma and Cheetah. And then over on the Rumbles, we have Tits and Ray Guns, Russian Coup. I thought they stopped making cars. You would think so, but. And what's up, AP? Good to see you, buddy. So you saw the title, you saw everything that's going on. Apparently, there is a Russian coup. Hey, what's up, Daisy? So Kremlin orders arrest over Wagner Group leader as he calls for armed rebellion. KYIV, Ukraine, the owner of the Wagner Group, a private military contractor, escalated his direct challenge to the Kremlin on Friday, calling for an armed rebellion aimed at ousting Russia's defense minister. The security services reacted immediately by opening criminal investigation into Yevgeny Prigozhin. Prigozhin posted a series of angry video and audio recordings in which he accused Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu of ordering a rocket strike Friday on Wagner's field camps in Ukraine, where his troops are fighting on behalf of Russia. What's up, Fast? Prigozhin said his troops would now punish Shoigu in an armed rebellion and urged the army not to offer resistance. This is not a military coup, but a march of justice, Shoigu declared. The Defense Ministry denied carrying out the rocket attack. The National Anti-Terrorism Committee, which is part of the Federal Security Services, or FSB, said he would investigate on charges of calling for an armed rebellion. The state news agency TASS said President Vladimir Putin was kept informed. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So I just saw it. So I'm kind of working through everything that's going on. So, oh, that's cool, man. Well, it's big news. The FSB urged Wagner's contract soldiers to arrest Prigozhin, and refused to follow his criminal, treacherous orders. It called his statements a stab in the back to Russian troops and said they amounted to fomenting an armed conflict in Russia. So basically what's going on is there were some harsh words back and forth between the Russians and this Wagner group. If you've been paying attention to this war at all, Wagner group has not had a lot of things to say that have been nice. And we're starting to see a lot of tension there. So a couple things. One, Russia, of course, Putin has not been heard from in quite a while. From reports, he was being kept apprised, but then he seemed to have gone dark, not available for comment. So Anton Gerashenkov, he's Ukrainian. Take it with a grain of salt, but Peskov, Putin had given the orders to the Ministry of Internal Affairs, Federal Security Service, Russian Guard Service due to the attempted armed rebellion. A VTech OGPU source commented on the situation in Moscow's Federal Security Service and main directorate of the Ministry of Internal Affairs. Everyone is up, arrived urgently. Now all the offices are like one big party. 80% of the staff reek of alcohol. Some of them can hardly stand on their feet, probably vodka. They can't be armed or sent anywhere. Friday night's the perfect time to start something like this. Everybody's standing around waiting for something up. No introductions. A couple of hours more, and there'll be conflict amongst them when they start to sober up. So these are allegedly messages from this Anton Gershinkov. You have a ton of news agencies reporting different things. Wagner Group is not happy, taking so long. They're not getting paid. They're not getting ammunition shipments, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Yep. I got to bring up YouTube because I don't have it up so I can pin that. So there's a lot of things going on as far as that's concerned. So it's interesting to see. Let me pin my link so I don't get yelled at no more. You're doing a great job, Dog Mama. Yelling at me. So this is some news. Crisis in Russia. Yevgeny Prigozhin, leader of Russia's Wagner Group, claims his forces were attacked by the Russian military. Hours after, said Ukraine war is based on lies. No shit. Russia's defense minister denies attacking Wagner. Prigozhin, not a military coup, march for justice. Evil brought by military leadership must be stopped. Claims his forces are crossing into Russian territory. Adds will destroy anything that gets in our way. So far, no confrontation of Wagner troops in Russia. FBI opens a criminal investigation against Prigozhin. FSB calls Wagner troops to arrest him. Top general appeals to Wagner. I urge you to stop. Security forces in Moscow put on high alert. State TV airing special news bulletins overnight. And the Kremlin, Putin receiving round-the-clock updates. Tits over on Rumble. If Wagner switches aside, this war gets a lot more interesting. Yes. Now would be the time to throw some NATO money at Wagner. Yeah. Yep. That is the job description right there. So I want to play as much as we can find. However, take this with a grain of salt. This is a very, very fresh thing, and there are going to be a lot of information that isn't accurate. So General of Staff of Russia is just given the order to raise helicopters and open fire on the Wagner convoys. Allegedly, some pilots refused. And I think this is in Russian, but we'll try.
Честь имею. Интересные события разворачиваются на просторах нашей Родины, и они очень напоминают смутные времена столетней давности. Бестолковая, коррумпированная и недееспособная военно-политическая верхушка путинской России превращает в фарш сотни тысяч мужчин. Евгений Пригожин, сам выходец из путинской номенклатуры, решил, что настало его время сыграть свою собственную игру. Благо, его оркестр всегда наготове. Мы знаем, что у него много сторонников среди населения России и в рядах силовых структур. Мы знаем, что у Пригожина большие политические амбиции, и ему надоели зажиревшие генералы в кабинетах, не умеющие воевать по-настоящему. Мы знаем, что если он начнет вооруженный мятеж, то с большой вероятностью одержит успех. Но также мы помним, как он и его пособники отрезали головы людям, убивали своих людей молотом, цинично снимая это на видео, и издевались над безоружными. Не стоит приписывать ему воинскую честь и доблесть, которых нет. Пригожин призывает к борьбе с генералами-изменниками и к войне до победного конца. Но эта война не в интересах народов России. Цель – это битва Пригожина с Шойгу, Герасимовым и их генералами, просто битва за кормушку и возможность и дальше уничтожать и грабить народы России. Современная Россия – это сборище шакалов, которые рвут на части друг друга, а заодно и всю страну. Мы, свободные граждане России, не оставим свой народ наедине с неопределенностью и страхом. Мы положим конец войне и освободим нашу родину от прогнившей системы, чьей бы она ни была, путинской или пригожинской. Наши соратники, готовьтесь, Россия будет свободной.
So that's interesting audio. I mean, there is definitely, and for something to get out like this, that's pretty spectacular on its own. Yes, entertainment only. Yeah, hang on. Let me. We'll change the banner. You guys get it. He said Putin. Yeah, I heard Putin as well. I'm scared. I'm sorry. I got completely sidetracked because I just found the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life, and I want to figure out how to get in on it. Sidetrack, and this is not simply a ploy to get you to join my Discord, but you certainly should. And let's see, where the hell am I gonna put it? Let's put it in Super Degen because I feel like it fits there. I'm putting a video in Super Degen that everybody should go watch, and I would play it on YouTube if I could. How do I get involved? Message, how do I get involved? So go check that out. Not right now though. After the show, of course. It was enough to completely sidetrack me. Completely sidetrack me. Anyways, which is not much if anybody's been around this channel very long. So here we have flash latest at 031. Several units, including the 45th Airborne Brigade, refused to leave the barracks against the Wagner Knights, reports the Cheka OGBPU. Military equipment was put near the building of Ministry of Defense in Moscow. The OMON and the sober units of the Russian Guard were based on alarm in Moscow. Revered Dakas and Rublyav have been taken under protection. Operational staff are waiting for new introductory. Everyone is ordered to wait. In Rostov, also military equipment is on the streets. Roads are blocked. Helicopters fly over houses. Google News is blocked in Russia. So I'm not Russian, so I don't know if military vehicles. What's up, Josh Chandler? What's going on, buddy? What's up, Bri? Oh yeah. Yep. So I don't know how unusual that is. I don't know what the hell this is either. There are better videos. I mean, I would think it's Russia, so they're actively involved in a war, so you might see a little bit more from the military, but that's just speculation at this point. Why the hell? Oh, there it is. It did go through. Okay. So that's up there. Sorry, Barb. It was kind of a last minute. I wasn't gonna go live because of Hayden, and then this popped. So, what's up, Jacob Castro? So here we have latest Wagner attempts coup in Russia. Everything started when Yevgeny Prigozhin, the head of the Russian mercenary group Wagner, accused Russia of bombing its military sites. Blah blah blah. We've already heard that. Reports the FSB has allowed Wagner to enter Russian city of Rostov without any resistance. This just came in and could mean the FSB is part of the coup, or they are trying to save face after Wagner was able to enter without resistance. Prigozhin just claimed the Russian Chief of General Staff Gerasimov gave the command to open fire from an aircraft on Wagner columns with civilian vehicles. The pilots refused to follow the order. Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Roadblocks have been established by the FSB and SOBR on the Moscow Voronezh Rostov Edan highway. Oh, yeah, it slid right in. Wagner has accused any Russian military personnel who don't assist them in their cleansing campaign of collaborating with the Ukrainians, and stated that they would be dealt with accordingly. Multiple Russian military generals have made videos urging Wagner not to proceed with this attack. The OMON and SOBR units of the Russian Guard are on high alert, and security in Moscow has been significantly intensified. Allegedly, a clash between Wagner and units of the Rosvagardya and on the Rostov-Moscow highway near... Jesus Christ, these names. It's estimated that only 25% of Russians currently have access to the internet. Armed vehicles have filled the streets of Rostov, and dozens of aircraft filled with Russian special forces are flying to the region. According to the Russian Defense Ministry, Ukraine has taken advantage of Prigozhin's provocation to destabilize the situation and is attacking Russian forces along the flanks. Russian Ministry of Defense has repeatedly asked Wagner to stand down. Russian media has reported there's panic in the Kremlin. No one can reach Putin. I've heard that multiple times in multiple different articles. So that's probably pretty accurate. So blah blah blah. Where are we at? Sorry. And the current mood among St. Petersburg elites is when choosing between Putin and Prigozhin. Prigozhin is now the preferred choice. They support him. Interesting. Prigozhin says him and his men are ready to go all the way, and that he and his men will destroy anyone who stands in their way. Press Secretary Dmitry Peskov. Putin receives reports 24/7 about the measures taken related to the attempted of armed rebellion. Situation is insane and is bound to have major repercussions. I don't really want to read his speculation on it, his or her. I didn't ask their gender. But yeah, it's not going to be good. And what point does Putin say fuck it and go Russian or go Russian, go nuclear? So well, they filtered some of that back to the, the big guy. That's 100% true. Yeah, I don't believe that. I believe that's probably the farthest thing from the truth, given the current situation. I think this is going to get worse, not better. So you already have the memes starting. So if Putin is an unstable man and there's an attempted coup in his country, and we start, adding up, what the hell is he going to do? Like, what option does the man have? He's former KGB. He's a very proud, man, soldier. Yeah, this doesn't look good. So we have a couple more updates. There's no reason to be involved, none at all, but we will. There has been no visual evidence as of now that Wagner forces or columns are on the move tonight in the Donetsk or Luhansk region of eastern Ukraine or in the Rostov region, like Prigozhin is claiming. 5 minutes ago, cruise missiles are flying towards KYIV. And I think that's probably the most likely scenario is Putin's just going to let it fly. Like, what the hell has he got to lose at this point? So, I think I'm going to follow this guy. I know that's replaying. I'm sorry. I'm looking at something. So here's an alleged column of PMCs going into Russia. Again, cannot confirm a fucking thing, but I actually do. I legitimately do. I don't think Putin's going to go down without a massive fight to himself or other countries. And you know that if I'm saying it, Putin's at least thinking it, that Russia very certainly that this Wagner group could be infiltration by our CIA. This could be an op by the United States government. So I wouldn't put it past them. That I absolutely think so. I absolutely think so. I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are, but the hey Peggy, that looks like a new name. Good to see you. Yeah, and several people, including China, have been using Cuba. So I do not believe so, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I think there's an absolute possibility of Putin using a nuke on his own country. The problem with Wagner is they aren't saying let's stop the war. They're saying let's kick it up and end it. So they're talking about using exceptional amounts of force that we haven't seen in the war. Putin, to all Putin's he's certainly shit, I lost my train of thought. Let me go back. Vladimir Putin has showed a great deal of restraint. There's the potential of a coup in Russia by the Wagner group. So here's Moscow, and here's the roadblocks, alleged roadblocks. So you got to figure 25%. So that's 1 in 4. 1 in 4 people have internet right now. I mean, so here's my take on that. So when a government falls, well, it's you know, who knows if this is a big psyop? Like we've heard, there are several missiles hitting Kiev right now. So obviously somebody's still shooting at the enemy. So I tend to not trust anything immediately anymore. But yeah. So what's up, Nocturnal? So here's what happens when we take out a leader. When we take out any leader, it's destabilized. Well, who cedes power when a country that big even is destabilized? And it's going to be the strongest, most badass guy like Shishorgan, and you think he's going to fight conventionally? Or like, this war would have probably been over if it was up to him, because he's not a calculated leader. So there's a difference there. Yeah, you create a vacuum. So thank you for saying that in English. It's bad news. People that are going to take his place, especially in a vacuum of power, especially in a coup like this, that would be the worst case scenario. It would be the worst case scenario, and it would be somebody that's very, very bad. Oh, Putin's being a pussy and hiding. Like, I'm not afraid to say it. I am not a Putin apologist or supporter. I'm just saying I'd rather take the one we know than the possibility of the one we don't. So exactly. We could give Putin a tour on the Ocean Gate. It is. So especially when you have all these fragmented, it's a fragmented country with different backgrounds, and no, he's not. He's a pussy. You're going to get some kind of destabilization, and a country with this many nukes, I'm afraid of destabilizing. This isn't Iraq where we can just try again later. This is a huge country with an enormous amount of power. So, yeah, absolutely. I think the thing we hope for is diplomacy. We hope for Putin to be able to control his military forces and his country and restabilize a region that it did happen, and there was a lot of turmoil. And that was a little bit of a different situation because they absolutely were broke, and Russia's not in that same place. So that's true too. So so here's another video from the ground.
Блять, вот из-за этого.
I know it's replaying.
Блять, вот из-за этого.
I would agree with you. It's just, again, it's that stability. That stability of, yeah, we know Putin isn't a great guy, but at least he's stable. And I can argue that because if he wasn't stable, he would already nuke the shit out of everybody. So I hope Biden doesn't get involved at all. It's not our job. We shouldn't be getting involved. We should be paying attention and ear to the ground, but we shouldn't be getting involved in any way. So here's some more military footage of different things coming in. And I'm going to take a 10-second just to plea here. If you're new to the channel, hit that like, hit the subscribe. I do a lot of this kind of stuff where I do kind of the breaking news. I also like rockets. I like all kinds of different stuff. I'm a decent guy. I speak my mind. I'm not afraid to say what's on my mind or what I think. So Putin certainly could. He's the president of the country, so he certainly could. So here's some more military footage. I appreciate it, Eliza. We may not always agree, but you'll always know where I stand because I'll never sugarcoat it. So There's some more military vehicles moving in. I understand that there's more to it than a big red button, but you would know. Did you used to give him any of that? Wait a minute. What does our resident Russian think about this? Geez, what's your opinion, buddy? So this is a fire on a Russian military base. So, of course, Russia's saying it's coincidental.
Там прям открытое пламя.
I don't
А,
know
ну
what the
вот
hell they're
оно.
saying.
В общем, такие дела. Через кусты не видно, там прям открытое пламя.
А здесь вот
And here's
вообще
one more
перекрыли
video,
Новохотонской
allegedly, of
развязки. Менты стоят,
the forces moving in. So,
все, трасса стоит.
again, I don't know. I'm not Russian. I don't.
А здесь
Russia is going to. They're going to tell anything. Oh, I'm sure. But again, they don't give you the whole picture. They don't give you the whole picture. That's exactly right. Especially in a fragmented country like Russia, you wouldn't need everybody to be on board. So he's saying he can't see, but only sees fire. Okay. Huh. So that was right outside of Moscow, allegedly. And they're reporting. Thank God I'm not sharing. So that's really all that I've seen. The internet in large part is cut off. So the internet's largely cut off. So I mean, I don't arriving to secure parliament. First time since '93, allegedly. So that's what this gentleman's saying. You have some. I mean, it would be interesting to see how the United States and NATO respond to this. I'm going to share this tab just so I can scroll without, because a lot of this is breaking really right now. So, just seeing a lot of troop movement videos, and a lot of them are close to the same thing. So, I don't think this is something that we should be excited about. I think this is NATO needs absolutely needs to stay out of it. That's an old video, Sweet Chili. Yeah, see, and that's why I gave the disclaimer that this is just breaking out on Twitter, and I'm showing you what's coming up. So I have not had a shit ton of time to really vet anything out, and there's going to be a lot of misinformation, and a lot of information that's not accurate. So, so here's my take on it. I don't think this is a good thing. I think anytime you have instability in a large country, it's not good. I think that any time that you can stay out of things, stay out of things. Maybe this ends the war in Ukraine. Maybe. Does anybody know how to get footage? To know if footage is shit. Because that would be. No. That's absolutely right. So that's why I just want to give that disclaimer multiple times that I'm just showing you what's out there. So check Twitter. Never mind. I am checking Twitter. Shit. I probably shouldn't show this because USA retaliation for even trying to take up Putin. Well, yeah. So if it's not successful, then you're going to see an uptick anyways. So either way, this is going to get messy. I hope that video that was posted 1.5 minutes ago is not actual. I don't see anything confirming it, so I'm not even going to bring it up. Probably reasonably sure. The Moscow Exchange and the ruble are both taking significant hits. So once I get yeeted, it's pretty serious. And if I'm incorrect, it's gonna look like shit. So that's one of those ones I don't want to take a chance on. It's not a yeet thing. It's shit. This would change the world, and I don't know if I want to show it. So. So yeah, I think that is going to be it for me, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna have a shit ton of information coming out. Please verify it. Take a second look at it, even if it's coming from me. Go do your own research, verify it a little bit, because I'm just some asshole on the internet, like I always say. Have my opinions, but yeah, but so that's gonna be it for me. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, please hit that subscribe, and if you I'm just looking one more time. If you like, well, tomorrow I don't know what we're doing yet, so but we'll have a good night tomorrow. My buddy Hayden is doing a 24-hour stream. If you haven't been over there, go give him a like. Go check him out real quick. Oh shit, Tits gave me something. Hang on. Why the hell did you send me a hot or not? God damn it. Fucking D's. The answer is hot, but why'd you send that to me? Unless it wasn't supposed to be that. Oh, no. I think you're trying to send me something and it's just sending the... Because it says page not found. So... Sorry, fast. So... That's going to be... Yeah, I mean... I suggest it. to anything anyone ever says. Hold on. Yes. Better get some Miracle Grow. But all right, y'all. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will catch you guys later. If anything crazy happens, I'll be back on. Until then, y'all have a great day. And thanks to Brian for the outro music that I can't find. All right, y'all. Take care.